Well, we've talked about all the people that have sold out. Let's talk about somebody who didn't sell out, who's kind of become a hero to us all here. And we've had him on the show before. And he just got out of jail. We're hanging out with all these incorrigible characters. And his name is Walter Hoye. Hello, Walter.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Just fine, sir. What are you laughing about? You don't think you're an incorrigible character? You've been in jail.
That is true. I went to jail, but I'm sure I'm glad to be on this team.
Well, listen, Walter, we just got a couple of minutes. First off, let me say you did become kind of a hero around the country, and everybody recognizes what a gentle and nice person that you are, and what a travesty this was out there in California, and it continues to be one. They haven't let off yet. They're going to continue this sort of thing. The fact that a man like you spent 15 minutes in jail is just, I can't even find the words to describe it. But anyway, we want to say how happy we are that you're out now. And I understand that you're pretty happy to be out.
I'm excited to be out. It's better to be free.
Right. Is it over now for you, or?
No. As a matter of fact, while I am free and I'm not under any probation or any restraining order or stay-away order, they have filed an injunction. This is their latest attempt to keep me from going back to the clinic. The injunction has no basis for it whatsoever. It's just a desperate last-minute attempt to keep me from coming back, because I am coming back.
Good for you.
Now, Walter, because of you, when we were in California, we saw some pastors that were inspired by you so much that they started getting involved, like Pastor Dion Evans. Now, since you're not able to go out to the abortion clinic, what are these pastors doing now?
Well, we've got pastors like Dion Evans now leading people at the abortion clinic. So where it was just myself and two other senior women, now we've got 10, 15, 20 people out there, and we've got pastors getting involved. So what they meant for evil, God meant for good.
Amen. Well, I'd say Walter Hoye blew up in their face.
I mean, without doing we know we're doing something right. I mean, look at the Walter's story, then you look at the Homeland Security. I mean, they're coming after us because they're afraid of us.
Right.
I think that speaks volumes. That I think pro-lifers should be encouraged by that. That
absolutely,
because we're being attacked, we know we're having an impact.
Absolutely,
they would ignore us otherwise.
Well, it's like churches. Church only gets under persecution when the church is doing something, and that's why the American church is never going to be under persecution. All these guys always talk about, oh, we're going to, if we're ever under persecution again, we'll stand up and fight. That's nonsense. Yeah. They won't be embarrassed.
Rick Warren came under a little bit of scrutiny because of Proposition 8 in California. And now he's backtracked. Oh, I didn't support Proposition 8.
Right.
I mean, what a sellout.
Right, yeah. And he's not the only one. There's millions of them around the country. And, so I've often told these guys, these American churches, you don't have to worry about coming under persecution. Satan only persecutes you when he's afraid of you, when he's worried about what you're doing. And he's not ever going to be worried about what you guys are doing, so don't worry about it. You're free. It's the people like Walter Hoye.
And I think they have a reason to be afraid of Walter, too, Mark, because I noticed you've noticed that Walter did some things even while he was in jail.
Tell us about that, Walter.
I led about 8 guys to Christ while I was in jail. We had prayer service at midnight like Paul and Silas. I mentored some jailhouse preachers. I talked to the fellas about the abortion issue and about just being married and having wives versus having girlfriends. Quite a bit of work got done while I was in jail.
Well, you know what I figured out? I just now figured out this listening to you. I know who got you out of jail. Satan got you out of jail.
I was just saying, I think God put him in jail to do this work.
God put him in jail. Satan got him out because he was doing too much work.
Too much good.
Oh, my God. The very last thing I did while I was in jail was tear down a shrine of pornography. And I tell you, God worked a mighty miracle. There were about 3 guys against it, and they were holding the entire pod or the cage I was in hostage. But 5 hours later, God actually arranged for them to be taken from jail right to prison. And that just left me with one guy who I dealt with, and we tore down that very morning.
Wow. That's great. Well, they gave you lemons, and you made lemonade.
I sure did.
Well, awesome. Walter, thank you so much for being with us today, and we appreciate what you've just done, and I know that you're not giving up. You're staying in the fight.
I am. Let everyone know that my first day back to the clinic will be the National Day of Prayer, May 7th. I'm going to celebrate that by going right back to the clinic.
Absolutely. Great.
Keep
Thank
us
you.
posted.
You're our guy, Walter.
Thank you.
Thank you, Walter.
Bless you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's great. They're never going to beat guys like this.
You know what? And you saw how gentle he was even talking with us. That's Walter.
Yeah, right. I haven't met him in person, but you have.
That's Walter. And for them to be this afraid of him is
well, they got reason to be afraid. Look what he did in jail. He didn't just sit there and whine away.
Amen.
He led 8 people to the Lord. That's amazing. And that's why Satan got him out of there. He said, man, this guy's, I never counted on this. You got to get him out of there.